I brought these out because this is 1/4, not the whole year, 1/4's worth of members' representational allowances, Bill.
That's 3 months.
Every dime that each member of Congress and the Senate spend goes into this book. Turns out, if you're a congressman, you make $174 grand. But did you know every single congressman makes an average, gets an average of $1.5 million per year to pay for things like
staff,
taxis.
I know because I got some of that. Very little of it.
Bottled water. Office supplies. Bill, and by the way, Senate about $1.8 million per year. There's a quarter's worth.
Everything they spend has to go in there.
Every little thing.
Everything has to be out.
That's a transparent government.
Yeah, guys. Where is it? If they want you, the taxpayer, to pay for it, it's got to go in here.
That's transparent government.
There's not a bar tab in there, is there?
There may be, but it's probably under bottled water, though. I'm guessing.
I was in that book. I was in that book in 01, 02, 03, and I think it's great that transparent government tells you every single dime they spend. I wish corporations would do that.
Right, but Garland, do you think the American public, do you think our viewers knew that every single congressman and senator had up to between $1.5 and $1.8 million each per year to spend on things like mailing letters?
And staffers.
Well, I'll put it like this. If they send a letter to a Congress member, they probably want one to come back. So I think if they didn't have a mail budget, they wouldn't be happy. I mean, if you've got 5 or 6 million people in your district and you have to send things out and do things, you're going to have some money. What do we, can we send people to Congress and give them like $5,
you give them
2 bottles of water for the whole year?
Hey, Hammer, some people say, you know what, term limits 1. Number 2, why don't you work for free?
Why don't you? You might get a different crop of candidates. Might get a different crop.
Richer.
I'm not sure.
I'm out.
I'm not sure, but I'll tell you this.
Money.
There is new, fresh political talent emerging in America in this election. And we're going to figure out what they're made of based on who wins in November.
Hey,
Eric, that's what I did.
Let me ask you,
went from being a high-paid trial lawyer.
Why would you say richer? I would say people who care more about the country, not necessarily richer.
How do they feed their
families? Right now, it seems like the people with the most money or Sarah Palin's backing are the ones who are winning.
Eric, not everybody's got a huge nest egg. There are people that have to feed their families and pay their mortgages, and everyone's got $1 million in the bank.
Darling, they're not winning these elections either. The ones with the big campaign packs are the ones who are winning.
The other thing is this. If they worked for free, then really only wealthy people could afford to be Congress members because those are the only ones that could afford to work for free.
Hammer,
if you
rent a car, it goes in this book.
If you rent a car,
if you go to the gym, your congressman goes
Jason
in that
Chaffetz,
book.
I think from Utah.
Yes.
I believe that's his name.
Yep.
We
had him on last night, by the way.
First-term member of the House.
Yep.
He had a cot in his office up on Capitol Hill. He took his laundry home to Salt Lake City so his wife could do his laundry when he went home.
Jason Chaffetz, he was on last night, by the way, calling out Congress people for this.
He got $1.5 million too. Where did his money go?
But here's the thing. The problem isn't the $174,000 a year that a congressperson makes.
They make
it's
a little more on Wall Street, don't they?
$1.5 million that they're getting, that they're basically a slush fund.
And what about the CEOs that get $200 million to run their companies?
I'd love to go through this and find out if this guy actually did spend $1.87 on the district postal service. Come on.
First of all, they have franking privileges, so they don't need postal service. But secondly,
so
what
maybe,
CEOs
you know what? Let's find out. Maybe he bought some stamps for himself.
Well, maybe so. And if so, let's get him for that 44-cent stamp and throw him out.
Wait a minute. He doesn't send an American Express bill. He doesn't need to because he puts everything in there.
Eric, CEOs spend a lot more than members of Congress.